Age is simply a marker, a point on the endless continuum of time. Yet, within each inhale and exhale lies a doorway to transformation, reminding us that reinvention isn't bound by years, lived but by the courage to embrace this very moment. Life's river is ever flowing, and with every twist and turn, it whispers, endings beckon fresh starts. This truth, echoed by sages old and new, teaches that closure is less about loss and more about unlocking untold possibilities. Too often, we're sold the myth that growth peaks in youth, that by middle age our chance to change has vanished. I'm here to tell you that every crossroads, where the comfort of habit collides with the promise of ambition, is fertile ground for renewal. No matter your history or your age, the power of your mind shapes your world. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, life's tapestry is woven by our thoughts. Stoicism isn't an ancient relic, but a living framework. Focus on what you can control, release what you can't, and cultivate resilience. With these guiding tenets, lifelong learning becomes not an obligation, but a thrilling expedition. So, if you're ready to chart a new course, one defined by deliberate growth rather than default living, let's embark. It doesn't matter where you begin. What matters is intention and action. Are you prepared to turn the page, shed who you were, and become who you're meant to be? Let's explore 8 practical habits that will anchor your journey of reinvention and show you how, even today, you can knock procrastination out of your story. Lesson 1: Strength of body, strength of will. Our physical form is more than a shell. It's the proving ground where determination and resilience are forged. When we commit to moving our bodies each day, we're doing more than chasing fitness goals. We're teaching ourselves that discipline and perseverance extend far beyond muscles. Picture this. The alarm rings at dawn. Lesson 2, and you could hit snooze. The courage instead to seek counsel. You rise, lace up your shoes. No person is an island. The cool and even the sharpest minds benefit from fresh perspectives. 1 mile of running. Stoic philosophers from becomes a message to Marcus Aurelius that your willpower, regularly like sought out mentors, with disciples, and intelligent conversation partners, consistent to sharpen actions. Their own thinking. A 10-minute body weight asking routine for help isn't a brisk neighborhood walk. It's a declaration of yoga growth. Flow to wake up when you admit joints. You don't have all the answers. Time, you scale open the door to insights weight, that can increase distance or extend your session by just a few minutes. Begin by identifying one area in your life or work when you press through the urge to quit on the last project that stalled, or push past an idea that needs comfort on your run, or a skill you want to level hidden up. Reservoir of tenacity. Make a list of people who could lend valuable input. Taught that the body's this could be a seasoned colleague, the mind, a trusted friend, modern coach, Stoics, or even someone you admire online. Every drop of sweat. Don't hesitate to reach out to unspoken craft a concise, respectful with every lunge or that explains what you're not only sculpting and asks a specific you're question. Sending a signal throughout your entire site in your request that you are deliberate, shows you value their time and unyielding. Once you've connected, of physical strain, active listening, micro battles, resist the urge to defend your current transient or interrupt with justification victory. Instead, absorb. Don't fall into the trap of taking dramatic progress and overnight. Follow-up questions. Instead, to deepen your understanding as a long game. Even a short 15-minute push-up today, spark ideas you never consider tomorrow. These small victories compound. Wisdom often hides as your stamina climbs of another person's experience. You'll notice beyond one-on-one advice, challenges at work can no longer feel insurmountable. Join a small mastermind group, professional network defining you, or online forum. You'll greet each with your goal with the confidence of engaging someone who's already conquered resistance, reveals patterns in your challenge trail, and exposes you to variety, solutions, and to stave off burnout. Peer accountability rotate in particular are powerful. Combined strength committing training, to weekly check-ins can motivate you to deliver results. Flexibility work, knowing you'll share and progress purposeful
or
movement
lessons
like
learned.
dance or sports. In addition to
Engaging
guidance,
different muscle groups
inner counsel
not only
matters.
hones your physical versatility,
Set aside time
but
for
also
reflective
keeps your
journaling,
routine fresh.
treating your own observations
And remember,
as counsel.
rest days
Ask
are
yourself
part of the
probing
equation.
questions, giving your
What
body time
assumptions
to
am I
rebuild,
making? And your
which
mind
viewpoints
time
have
to
I
reflect
overlooked?
on how far you've come.
This self-dialogue helps
anchor
you weigh
this habit,
external
choose
advice
a
against
time
your
and
values and
ritualize
long-term
it.
vision. Set out your
Ensuring
workout
that
gear the
guidance
night
becomes
before.
a tool.
Use
Not
a
a
calendar
compass
or
that
points
app
you
to
off
track your
course.
streak.
As you
Share your
integrate
progress
advice
with a friend or
give
community
credit
for
where it's
accountability.
due and stay humble.
Celebrate milestones.
Share your milestones
a
publicly
new
if
personal
possible.
best. A
Tag your
consistent
mentor on social
2-week
media
streak.
or thank
And
your
let these
accountability
achievements
partner in a group
fuel
meeting.
your motivation.
This
Above
gratitude
all,
reinforces your
recognize
commitment
that
to the
physical
habit
discipline
and strengthens the
into
bond
every area
with those
of
who
life.
support you.
The toughness you cultivate
You'll notice
through daily
too,
movement
immediate transformation
teaches you to stand firm
First,
amid chaos.
The weight of uncertainty
to push
becomes
onward
lighter
when
you're not
challenges
shouldering
loom,
it alone.
and to trust in your
Second,
capacity
your
for
path
growth
forward gains clarity
by caring for
because
your body
each conversation
as a loyal
illuminates
vessel for
new
your
options.
spirit. You build
Over
a foundation
time,
of courage
the habit of
that
seeking
will
counsel
carry you through
rewires
every
your
twist and
mindset.
turn
You start
of your
viewing feedback
reinvention
not as
journey.
criticism, but as a gift, an opportunity to refine your plan and accelerate your growth. This is the Stoic way: humility in learning, courage in admitting gaps, and strength in collaboration. By weaving the courage to seek counsel into your daily routine, you'll build a robust support network, sharpen your decision-making, and propel yourself toward your reinvention goals with confidence and clarity. Lesson 3. Elevate your mind with intentional reading. In an age of endless scrolling and short attention spans, reading becomes a radical act of self-improvement. The Stoics treated books not as idle pastimes, but as tools to sharpen judgment, deepen understanding, and expand moral vision. When you commit to daily reading, be it philosophy, history, or literature, you invite new ideas to challenge your assumptions and reshape your worldview. Start by carving out a dedicated slot each day, even if it's just 20 minutes before bed or during your morning coffee. Choose a quiet spot, free from notifications, and hold the text with intention. As you read, underline or jot down passages that resonate, question, or provoke new thoughts. These annotations aren't busy work. They are the seeds of self-reflection that bridge knowledge to action. Don't confine yourself to a single genre. Alternate Stoic classics, like Marcus Aurelius's Meditations or Seneca's Letters, with modern essays, biographies, or even poetry. This variety keeps your mind agile, exposing you to diverse styles and eras. You may find that reading a historian's account of perseverance in adversity illuminates new strategies for handling your own challenges. To deepen your engagement, discuss what you're reading with a friend or in an online forum. Articulating insights aloud clarifies your thinking and cements new perspectives. A weekly book club or a simple digital thread can transform solitary reading into a communal journey of discovery, mirroring the Stoic practice of philosophical dialogue. Pair your reading habit with reflective journaling. After each session, take 3 to 5 minutes to answer prompts such as, what lesson did I learn? How does this idea apply to my life? And what one action will I take today based on this insight? Writing consolidates comprehension and spurs immediate application. If you struggle to maintain consistency, select books that genuinely excite you. Curiosity is your greatest motivator. Create a to-read list and set modest targets, such as 1 book per month. Track progress visually, a sticker on a calendar or a check mark in a reading app to celebrate momentum. Remember that reading isn't a race. The objective isn't to devour pages, but to savor ideas. If a particular passage demands rereading to absorb its depth, honor that pace.
The Stoics believed literacy and reflection were inseparable. True understanding blossoms when we pause to digest profound concepts. Over weeks and months, you'll notice subtle shifts. Your language becomes more precise, your empathy widens, and your capacity for critical thinking grows. These cognitive dividends spill into every sphere: problem solving at work, emotional regulation in relationships, and clarity in personal decision making. By making intentional reading a cornerstone habit, you align with the Stoic principle that wisdom begins with inquiry. Each book becomes a mentor, each chapter a lesson in virtue, reason, or courage. Let daily reading be the intellectual compass that guides your reinvention, illuminating pathways you never knew existed. Lesson 4. Walk to reflect, reflect to renew. In the midst of life's noise, the simple act of walking becomes a sanctuary for the mind. Stoic thinkers like Seneca and Epictetus treasured the rhythm of their footsteps as a moving meditation, an opportunity to step away from distractions and observe the inner landscape. When you make daily walks non-negotiable, you're gifting yourself time to untangle thoughts, process emotions, and spark creative solutions. Begin by choosing a course that invites you outdoors, a tree-lined street, a nearby park, or even a quiet loop around your neighborhood. Leave your phone in your pocket or bag, mute notifications, and resist the urge to scroll. Instead, focus on the feeling of your feet meeting the ground, the rise and fall of your chest, and the ambient sounds of nature or city life. This sensory immersion anchors you in the present moment. As you walk, practice mindful observation. Notice details you typically overlook: the pattern of light filtering through leaves, the texture of sidewalk cracks, or the distant murmur of conversation. Let your mind roam freely, but gently guide it back to your surroundings whenever it drifts into worries or to-do lists. This conscious redirection builds mental muscle for focus, what the Stoics called prosauche, or attention to the present. For deeper reflection, pair your walk with silent inquiry. Pose a question: what challenge needs a fresh perspective? Or, how can I apply gratitude today? And see where your thoughts lead. Often, walking in motion helps ideas flow more naturally than sitting still. If an insight emerges, make a mental note or record it briefly. Many find a small voice recorder or quick journaling upon return useful. Alternatively, invite a trusted companion and transform your walk into a conversational practice. Speaking aloud about goals, fears, or new ideas can clarify your intentions and strengthen relationships. The Stoics valued dialogue as a path to truth. Walking side by side creates an informal, unhurried atmosphere for genuine exchange. Aim for at least 20 minutes each day. Consistency matters more than distance. A short, purposeful stroll trumps an occasional marathon. Track your streak in a journal or habit tracking app, celebrating each day you honor this ritual. When weather or schedule interferes, adapt. Walk indoors in a mall, circle your living room, or step onto a treadmill. The key is the ritual of movement and reflection, not perfection. Over weeks, you'll observe subtle shifts. Mental clutter loosens, stress levels dip, and creativity surges. Tasks that once felt daunting may reveal simple solutions. You'll approach challenges with the calm assurance of someone who's already practiced pausing, observing, and thoughtfully responding. By integrating daily walks into your reinvention journey, you embody the Stoic principle that self-awareness is foundational to growth. Each step becomes an affirmation. I am present. I am open to insight. I am committed to clarity. As your walk becomes a sacred pause amid life's turbulence, you reclaim control over your mind and steer your reinvention with renewed intention. Lesson 5. Cultivate unwavering focus. In a world buzzing with notifications, emails, and endless options for entertainment, focus has become a rare commodity, and yet it is perhaps our most valuable. The Stoics taught that a distracted mind is like a rudderless ship. It may drift aimlessly, buffeted by every passing wave of distraction. In contrast, a concentrated mind is a laser beam of clarity, capable of cutting through complexity and illuminating the path forward. Begin by setting clear intentions at the start of each day. Before diving into tasks, write down your top 3 priorities, those that truly move your life or work forward. By having explicit goals, you'll be less tempted to chase the next ping or panic over minutiae. Recall Epictetus's maxim: first say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. Your intentions are the foundation. Your focused actions bring them to life. Next, employ time blocking. Dedicate stretches of uninterrupted time, whether 25 minutes or 2 hours, to a single task. During these blocks, eliminate all distractions. Silence your phone, close extraneous browser tabs, and let colleagues know you're unavailable for the moment. Treat these segments as sacred. Each is an opportunity to produce quality work and train your mind to resist the siren call of multitasking. Consider adopting a Pomodoro routine: 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. This cadence capitalizes on our natural attention span, giving the brain a brief respite before diving back in. Use short breaks to stand, stretch, or breathe deeply, then return refreshed. Over time, these micro-rests become part of a disciplined rhythm, sharpening your focus rather than fracturing it. Design your environment for success. Remove clutter from your desk, hide distracting apps behind game blockers, and designate a specific workspace that signals work mode. Even small changes, a clean surface, a comfortable chair, a plant for calm, can prime your brain to settle into concentrated effort. Marcus Aurelius remarked that our perception shapes reality. Shape your space, and your mind will follow. Practice single tasking. While our brains can switch between tasks, each shift incurs a cognitive cost. Researchers call it attention residue. When you juggle too many items at once, none receives your full energy. Instead, commit wholly to one task until completion or a natural pause. You'll finish faster and feel more satisfied than splitting your attention across half-done jobs. Integrate mindfulness breaks into your routine. Twice a day, pause for a brief breathing exercise. Inhale slowly for 4 counts. Exhale for 6. Notice wandering thoughts, then gently redirect your focus to the breath. This simple habit strengthens your attentional muscle, making it easier to return to demanding tasks with a calm, clear mind. Reflect weekly on your focus habits. In a journal, answer: which tactics helped me concentrate? What distractions tripped me up? How can I refine my environment or schedule? Use these insights to iterate, improving your system so that each week you grow more adept at sustaining attention. Remember, mastery of focus is less about innate ability and more about consistent practice. Each time you resisted distraction, you reinforce neural pathways that favor deep work. Over months, the cumulative effect is transformative. You'll accomplish more meaningful work, reduce stress, and experience the satisfaction of progress rather than the anxiety of unfinished tasks.
By treating focus as a daily discipline, you honor the Stoic virtue of self-control. You teach your mind to hold steady amid the clamor, to anchor itself in purpose, and to channel energy toward what truly matters. Embrace this practice, and you'll find that your ability to concentrate becomes the linchpin of your reinvention, turning scattered minutes into milestones of lasting change. Lesson 6. Liberate yourself from destructive habits. We all carry burdens, habits, and dependencies that, over time, clamp down on our freedom and cloud our potential. The Stoics warned that any addiction, whether scrolling endlessly through social feeds, numbing with comfort foods, or clinging to relationships that drain rather than uplift, acts like a chain holding you hostage. Liberation begins by identifying these chains and mustering the courage to break them. Start with awareness. For 1 week, keep a simple log. Note every time you reach for your phone out of boredom, snack when stress spikes, or engage in self-sabotaging behaviors. Track what triggers these impulses: fatigue, emotion, or environmental cues. This honest mapping reveals patterns you might otherwise overlook. Next, choose one habit to tackle first. Trying to quit everything at once often backfires. Instead, focus all your resolve on one chain. If it's digital distraction, set firm boundaries. Use app blockers during work hours, move your phone to another room at night, or enforce screen-free windows around meals and bedtime. If it's a dietary crutch, replace a sugary snack with a piece of fruit or a glass of water. Small swaps that respect your willpower's limits. The Stoics taught that setbacks are inevitable, but every slip is a lesson. When you falter, and you will, resist the guilt spiral. Pause, reflect, and ask, what triggered me? How can I adjust my environment or strategy? Perhaps you need stronger triggers for new habits. Leave healthy snacks in sight, put your running shoes by the door, or schedule an accountability check-in with a friend. Cultivate supportive rituals. Pair your new habit with an existing one. After your morning coffee, take 5 minutes to practice deep breathing instead of scrolling news updates. Or, when you wind down at night, choose a book over binge watching. By anchoring to routines you already honor, you ease the transition from old dependencies to healthier options. Seek external encouragement. The Stoics valued community in building virtue. Share your intention with a friend, mentor, or group who can cheer you on or gently hold you accountable. Weekly check-ins, whether digital or in person, spread the weight of commitment, reminding you that you're not battling your impulses alone. As sobriety from these harmful patterns takes root, notice the ripple effects. Without digital clutter, your mind clears. Without emotional eating, your energy stabilizes. Without toxic relationships, your spirit brightens. You'll find reserves of time and mental space opening up, resources you can redirect toward growth habits like reading, exercise, or focused work. To sustain progress, revisit your log periodically. Track how many consecutive days you resist the old habit. Celebrate milestones, 3 days, a week, a month, with small rewards that reinforce your resolve, like a special walk in nature or a favorite healthy treat. These positive reinforcements weave new threads of motivation. By liberating yourself from at least one destructive habit, you embody the Stoic principle that external circumstances should not dictate your inner calm. Each chain you break is a testament to your agency, a demonstration that freedom resides within deliberate choice. Carry this momentum forward. As you clear space in your life, you cultivate the clarity and autonomy needed for deeper reinvention. Lesson 7. Progress over perfection. In the Stoic tradition, the pursuit of an unreachable ideal is a recipe for frustration. Marcus Aurelius urged us to focus on the next right action, not the unattainable summit. When we obsess over perfection, whether in our jobs, relationships, or personal projects, we create a mental gridlock that stifles growth. Instead, true fulfillment arises from consistent, incremental improvement, small steps that accumulate into meaningful transformation. Begin by redefining success. At the start of each week, identify one specific area where you want to improve, a skill to sharpen, a habit to strengthen, or a project to advance. Instead of aiming for perfection, set a clear, achievable target. Perhaps adding one paragraph to a manuscript each day, learning 5 new words in a foreign language, or increasing your daily step count by 500. This micro goal becomes your daily North Star. Next, design experiments rather than rigid plans. Treat each week as a laboratory. Test new approaches, track what works, and drop what doesn't. Did writing at dawn feel more productive? Did a midday walk enhance your creativity? By logging outcomes, you transform abstract aspirations into concrete data, empowering you to refine your strategy over time. Celebrate micro-victories. The Stoics practiced eulabia, mindful reverence for progress. When you hit your small milestone, completing that paragraph, mastering those new words, or surpassing your step goal, pause to acknowledge your effort. Whether it's a quiet moment of gratitude, a shared update with a friend, or a mark on your habit tracker, this recognition reinforces the link between action and reward. Embrace feedback loops. Seek input from trusted peers or mentors who can point out blind spots and encourage you to iterate. Remember, feedback is not a verdict on your self-worth, but a compass for your next improvement. Frame critiques as gifts that guide you closer to your evolving standard of excellence. When setbacks occur, and they will, reframe them through a Stoic lens. Instead of labeling a missed deadline or a flawed draft as a failure, view it as an opportunity to learn. Ask yourself, what can this teach me about my process? How can I adjust my tactics? This mindset shift transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Over time, small wins compound. A daily edition of 1 paragraph becomes a finished chapter. 5 words per day accumulate into conversational fluency. Incremental fitness gains sculpt lasting endurance. These gains not only build skill, but also solidify your belief in the power of steady progress. To maintain momentum, schedule regular retrospectives. Every month, review your milestones, journal about lessons learned, and set the next batch of micro goals. This habit of reflection ensures that your reinvention remains dynamic, constantly calibrated to your evolving ambitions. By prioritizing progression over perfection, you honor Stoic virtues of temperance and prudence. Temperance in resisting the allure of flawless performance, and prudence in making measured, rational choices. You learn to find joy in the process itself, rather than postponing satisfaction until a hypothetical end state. In this continuous ascent, each step forward is valuable precisely because it is imperfect. Let this practice be a cornerstone of your reinvention, unwavering, adaptable, and grounded in the knowledge that every small advance moves you closer to your highest potential. Lesson 8. Choose a guiding word. In the Stoic tradition, a single, deeply held principle can act as a compass through the most turbulent seas. Choosing a guiding word or phrase distills your intentions into a concise reminder that's easy to recall when life's demands try to pull you off course. This word of the year, serves as a beacon, infusing every decision, habit, and interaction with focused purpose. Over the next 12 months, let it be the silent mantra that sharpens your resolve and nurtures your growth. Start by reflecting on what you most want to cultivate in your life right now. Do you crave balance amid competing priorities? Do you seek the courage to pursue bold ideas? Are you striving for patience in moments of frustration or gratitude in the face of abundance? Narrow your reflections to one word: balance, courage, patience, curiosity, or resilience that captures your highest aspiration for the year ahead. Once you've selected your word, give it tangible life. Write it in bold letters on a sticky note and place it on your bathroom mirror, workspace, or refrigerator, locations you frequent daily. Consider setting that word as the wallpaper on your phone or computer, so it greets you each time you unlock the screen. These cues serve as gentle nudges, prompting you to align your next thought or action with your chosen principle. To deepen the habit, integrate this word into your morning and evening rituals. Begin each day by reading your guiding word aloud and visualizing how you'll embody it. If your word is courage, imagine facing a challenging conversation or risk with calm confidence. In the evening, journal briefly on situations where you honored or neglected your principle, noting lessons learned and recommitting for tomorrow. Celebrate creative ways to reinforce your focus. Craft a simple mantra, "I choose balance" or "I practice patience," to repeat quietly when stress mounts. Share your word with a trusted friend or mentor and ask them to check in monthly. Did you live by that principle? Their external perspective can highlight blind spots you might miss. Throughout the year, watch for serendipitous moments when your guiding word arises organically. A colleague demonstrating generosity could remind you of compassion, or overcoming a setback might bring your word resilience into stark relief. These spontaneous alignments affirm the power of your focus and encourage you to lean further into your intention. If mid-year you feel your word has served its purpose or no longer resonates, treat it as data rather than failure. Reflect on what you accomplished under its influence. Perhaps you honed patience or expanded your sense of wonder, and consider selecting a new word for the remaining months. This flexibility honors the Stoic principle of adaptation. Respond to changing circumstances with reasoned adjustments, not rigid insistence. By the end of the 12-month cycle, your guiding word will have shaped countless micro-decisions and influenced your habit loops. Review your journal entries and visual cues to trace your evolution. How did one fractal concept, carried steadily in your mind, transform your relationships, work, and self-perception? Recognize that this singular focus is not a limitation, but a lens through which you discern what truly matters. In choosing and living by a guiding word, you distill Stoic philosophy into daily life. Each time you recall that word, you reconnect with your purpose, anchor your choices in reason, and reinforce the virtues you aim to embody. Let this year's principle be the torch that lights your path of reinvention, guiding you step by purposeful step toward the person you aspire to become. The final frontier, ending procrastination. Now, imagine your dreams perched behind a locked door labeled later. Procrastination is the silent thief of ambition, hiding in excuses and false promises of perfect timing. The Stoics warned that life's only guarantee is this fleeting moment. To delay is to surrender opportunity. Action is your greatest ally. When the inner voice whispers, "Not yet," confront it. How will I ever be ready if I keep waiting? Progress comes through doing, not planning. Break overwhelming goals into bite-sized tasks you can complete today. 1 page read, 1 mile walked, 1 conversation started. Each action cements your identity as someone who gets things done. This isn't frantic busy work. It's a calm, resolute commitment to honor your time. Every completed task restores clarity, frees mental bandwidth, and fans the flames of confidence. Remember, fortune favors the brave, and bravery is forged through immediate, deliberate effort. Reject the myth of perfect timing. Trust that decisive movement invites unforeseen opportunities. Turning knowledge into habit. Understanding these principles is merely potential. Real transformation demands daily application. Strengthen your body to steel your will. Seek counsel to stay humble and informed. Read deeply to refine your mind. Walk often to restore your peace. Focus relentlessly to maximize impact. Break free from harmful dependencies. Pursue steady progress over unobtainable perfection. Let a single guiding word illuminate your choices. And above all, conquer procrastination with action now. When you weave these habits into the fabric of your life, you're not chasing a one-time breakthrough. You're building an enduring practice of renewal. With each sunrise, you have a fresh canvas. Paint it with purposeful strokes, guided by reason and discipline. Decide this moment that you will no longer wait for someday. Claim your power, seize the present, and let the Stoic virtues of courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom shape your journey. A year from now, you'll look back with gratitude, not regret. Grateful you chose to live fully, breathe deeply, and act decisively.